G'day guys, welcome back to the Iron Empire. We're back down at Jake's shop here to work on the XB, and Jake's written out a little list of things that we're going to get done today and see how far along we can come. But if we knuckle down, we'll be able to get a fair bit of progress, because when Jake's on a mission, he smashes it out real quick. So I'll be given a list of things that I've got to do, so we're going to get stuck into it. All right, hinges are off and they're going to go down to get blasted because it's way easier. And then we are buzzing down these door jams, I think. I need to show you something for all the cortina lovers that are busting my hump about getting this cortina done. There may be progression on that car, but this little number, Jake done 2-day respray, or not even 2 days. He just finished knocking this one out. Nice little TE in solid 2-pack white. This is done off the gun and he smashed this out in about 13 hours, he said. It was a pretty straight car. It needed some repairs on this quarter here and a little bit down the bottom, but he's just buzzed it and given it a quick jam up. And it's come up pretty bloody tidy for a bloody 2-day respray. So 4-speed, 250 cross flow, really makes me want to drag that cortina out of my place. So, but as I said, there may be some progression on the cortina, so we'll have to keep posted for that one. But for now, back in the XB. Yeah, it's good. More parts for the blasters, more copious amounts of body filler. Probably didn't need to be there. Rust repairs on one door are done. Jake smashed them out in a couple of hours and got a bit of heat into this panel and brought a lot of it out because the center of the door was really high and they had a bunch of filler in trying to chase that out. So we've sort of got that a lot neater now. And now we're going to hit the whole thing with some deoxidizer. So this is like a spray on the panel and then we rub it all in. And basically it treats all the rust and sort of converts it, neutralizes it.
And see how it goes.
All right, quick update on some metal repairs. Jake's rolled up this bottom section on the English wheel that he's got over here. Easier to replace that whole section where it's all hammered, and he's just taking his time spotting that all in to keep the panel cool. Is that right, Jacob?
Yes, mate, it is.
And over here, this panel's now in primer, a bit of etch. It's a little bit ripply down here, so I'm going to try and knock that a little bit better. But overall, it's pretty good now, a lot better than it was. All right, we are ready for some filler work. Now, let me get this thing straight. We could spend 20 hours per door and get this metal filed and ridiculous, but it's not a concourse restoration, so there's no point. Filler can easily do, 3 or 5 mil thick nowadays. Not that you want to push it to the limit, but basically we're going to let the filler do its job, so don't judge me too hardly, or Jake. But it's horses for courses. But this is a trick that Jake's telling me about with using some tape to help retain our body lines.
So I'm skimming the whole panel. Now, everybody's gonna think that heaps of bog in the car, but we'll obviously show you a video once it's sanded, and you actually see that once this is all sanded, I reckon about 80% of it will be gone. Yeah. But it's just to get that real flat finish.
I swear 90% of it at least comes off, eh? Yeah. But this is the way of finding all the lows and getting a nice finish. Whereas that car, sorry to cut you off, Jake, but that car was filled completely, and then they pretty much found new body lines with the filler. There's so many sections on the panels of this thing that we've ground out, and they didn't need to be there. By the time we got them all out, the body lines were still there, and they were in better shape than the filler work that they'd done. So this is more so a tool to pretty much find our lows.
Anybody can do this at home. You just run the tape along the edge of the body line, and it just makes your lines nice and crisp. If anything, you can improve your factory lines. If you want a real sharp look, you can just work to the tape. And also, when we block the car, we'll be masking the body lines. Right now, I'm just trying to get it as flat as I can to reduce the amount of sanding work, because nobody likes to sand. That's a joke.
I love sanding.
I've probably got about 10 seconds left before it starts going off. Just trying to locate the filler here. And
seam.
It's done.
All right, now filler, if you haven't done filler work, it actually goes off quite quick, and you can actually feel the heat coming off of it. When you've got the right mixture, it'll harden up pretty quick. So that'd pretty much be ready for sanding in probably like 20 minutes. And obviously, weather-wise, if it's a hot day, you got to be real quick, or actually use less hardener, because it will go off very quick, and quite often you're halfway through applying it and it goes all gluggy. So be mindful of that when tinkering with some filler work at home. Now you always want to block on an angle. Don't go like the length, otherwise you end up with ruts down your panel. So you see Jake sort of hitting it on the 45 and then crosses over. So you never want to go up and down the panel.
You see all the highs and lows coming out now.
All right, so we've had 2 skims of filler now, and we've now hit it with a dust guide coat, which is a really handy tool. Some people spray it lightly with like a black, but this is another option which I'm dropping. Basically, it's like a dust version, and you pretty much just wipe it on, and it will help you identify all the low spots, because obviously you're going to rub off the highs and leave the lows. So this is going to help us work out a few of the tricky bits down in the corner, and then we can fine tune it with one last coat. Sometimes if it's fine enough, you can get it with a high field prime, but we're just going to assess it now and then address it. All right, we're getting later into the night, and our plans have changed. The door jambs were a little bit too fiddly to get done tonight, so Jake's just working on the second door now, and we're going to try and get at least 2 doors in primer tonight. And I'm just cleaning up this fuel tank here, which is obviously all greasy and gross. I want to clean this all up, get this in etch, and then a 2-pack high fill, because this will be going silver, because from battery I think they were like anodized or something, so we'll just go silver to make it look as good as we can, and that will do for tonight. Well, it's been a big day. I'm still going. Jake's back on the second door still. The air hose that I just fixed is stuck. Anyway, so I know, blue dust everywhere. It's one of those days. Anyway, didn't get quite as far as we wanted to. The door jams won't be done today, but one side's sort of buzzed, ready to go. I'm going to etch this now, and then that will be ready for a 2-pack high fill when the doors get done.
Right on the line. Oh yeah. This one will probably be alright.
Alright, well that's it for the day. It's like 10 o'clock and it's been a monster day. These two doors were literally holes cut in them. One of them had rust holes already cut out, the other one still had rust in the door. Jake's rolled up the panels on the English wheel, filler work, and smashed on a big coat of primer. And obviously the underside of this has got a coat as well. So yeah, plans deviated slightly, but that's a good start. These do need a little bit of fine tuning, but majority of the work's done. There'll be a little bit more fine tuning on these, and then we'll be doing even more once they're on the car. So as for the car, I've got a little bit more cleaned up around here, ready to go. And the door jams are all feathered out. Well, this one's pretty much ready to go. Well, rust repairs, but that's ready for a prime as well. And then on the other side, but it'll be another fortnight, or maybe might be coming down Saturday to see if Jake's in. Otherwise, it'll be a fortnight. We'll be back on the XB. But that's it for this episode on the XB update part. Freaking, I don't even know what, 4 maybe. So if you haven't already, like the video, leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Cheers, guys.